How is it going, everybody? You're watching Danable Tech, and today we have another unboxing and first impressions video. This time I'm going to show you the Mi Band 4 from the Chinese brand Xiaomi, as you can see. So you know that here on the channel I generally focus on Apple products, but this time I'm unboxing the Mi Band 4 because first, it is also compatible with iPhone, and on top of that, it is so popular now. Everybody's asking me to show this because the price is so good and it can do actually quite a lot for its price. Alright, so here at the front of the box we have a photo of the unit itself, but we're gonna have a look at it in person, so there's no point showing you right now. We're gonna have a look in a second. On the side we can see that it is water resistant, 5 ATM. That's pretty cool, so you can take it swimming. It also has various exercise modes and also has a heart rate monitor. We're gonna have a look at that. On the other side we see that it has a touchscreen, color touchscreen. It has notifications. That's cool, even with the iPhone. Let's take a look at that as well. And then it has a sleep and step auto monitoring. So that's actually a feature that the Apple Watch doesn't have, the sleep monitoring. Let's see how they go. All right. So that's pretty much about the box. Let's go ahead and open it up and have a look at what's inside. Okay, as you guys are seeing, I forgot my scissors. I'm sorry about that, so I'm gonna have to open it by hand. And while I'm doing this, I have one very important thing. So these are very cheap. You can get these for like 25 bucks. These are very cheap. An Apple Watch is 350 bucks. So that's less than 10 times the price of an Apple Watch. So we got to keep that in mind when I start showing stuff and showing the features and everything else, because it's just so much cheaper. But like, this little guy can do so much. So let's pull it out, and as you can see, it is very simple, basic. Materials are super basic, and of course it is so cheap, so we can't expect a lot more. So as you guys can see, we have some paperwork on one side. Let's take the watch first, the Mi Band first. Let's put that to the side. It is wrapped in plastic, and then on your left you have it like some paperwork, your user manual, your user guide, your manual. Let's put that to the side as well. We're gonna have to take a look at that maybe in the future. And then on the other side we have the charger. So there you have it, the charger. As you guys can see, it is a proprietary charger, so it is not usual thing. You have to actually place the watch on top and then clap it in place, and then you're going to charge it. And then on the other hand, you have a USB normal port, so then you can connect to your computer or maybe to your charger from your phone, from your Android or from your iPhone. As you can see at the back of the box, it is compatible with Android 4.4 or iOS 9.0 or later. Okay, so it's compatible with most devices on the market right now. Okay, let's go ahead and open the unit itself. So let's open the Mi Band 4 itself. It's just wrapped in this plastic, as I mentioned before, just for protection. So let's just remove it real quick. And as you guys can see, it is super small and thin and light. So you can see that it is not very high quality. Everything is plastic. Everything is so thin. It is actually a little bit fragile. But since it is so light, it doesn't seem so fragile, because it feels like if you drop it, it's not gonna break. This strap, it is very similar to the Apple Watch. So you have this clasp, so then as you guys can see, you put it in the hole and then you remove it from the strap, and then it's super easy. So as I'm demonstrating, it is very similar to the mechanism on the Apple Watch, where you put it on the hole and then put it through this big hole and then you strap it in. If you compare them side by side, you can see that the Apple Watch is much thicker, and I can definitely tell you is much heavier as well, especially the watch unit itself. All right, I'm gonna put my Apple Watch to the side because let's focus on the Mi Band 4. But I just gotta tell you, it is so much lighter. All right, let's take a look at something else right now, because we're gonna need to obviously pair it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the display, the screen, and everything else. And how can we pair it? We need our iPhone or our Android device. So I actually learned that if you take a look at the user guide, as you guys can see right there, there's a QR code somewhere around there, and then you can just scan with your camera, and then it's gonna go straight to your app store. So then of course it goes to Safari or your preferred browser, and then it's gonna redirect to the App Store, and then you see the app right there, the Mi Band app. You just download it. Of course, it is free. Just make sure to authenticate, download, and while it is downloading, let's have a look at the charger for a second, because the charging mechanism is a little bit different from the Apple Watch if you're used to that. As I said, it is proprietary, so it's not micro USB or anything, and you actually have to, you can't just place it on top. You have to remove the unit itself from the strap. So as you can see, I'm kind of like removing it, and there you have it. That's the strap, and that's the unit. And then you gotta place it on top, and then put a little bit of force, and then it clips into place. So let me just remove it once again, and then put it in place again, so you can see that there's this click. And then, as you guys could hear, there's this click, and then the other end, you can just put it on a computer or your normal iPhone or Android power adapter, and then it's gonna charge. And I bet it's gonna charge super quick because the battery should be so small. Okay, now that the device is ready, now that the application has finished downloading, let's take a look at the pairing process. First, we have to put our ID. I have to create one, for example. I didn't have one, so I had to create. Then you have some information regarding your weight and everything like that. And then you have to allow all of those things in order to sync. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip that because I don't think that's super interesting. You just hit okay, okay, agree, and then put your general like information, your weight, your height, and everything like that as you're seeing. And then there are a couple more screens like that, and then you're pretty much done. And then it asks you if you are gonna if what you're trying to pair. I'm pairing a band, so again I'm gonna have to agree on that. Once you hit agree, it's gonna open that setup process. It asks you to bring it nearby, and then you're gonna have to hit OK once it is found, and then it's now saying pairing. So wait a second, and then just like that, it is paired. Now it is asking for a location, of course, because this is normal. And then after that, it's gonna give you this like quick guide. So then asking you about creating a passcode, which is always interesting to create a passcode. On top of that, we also have the possibility of multiple exercises, like I mentioned before. So then you can select those exercises, and then you actually have the possibility to manage your music. So hit OK once again. There are a lot of pop-ups, especially because this is not an Apple Watch. This is a third-party watch, so we have to keep okay, allow 1,000 times. So just if you want, allow and agree to all of that, and then finally you're done. You just hit got it, and then you're okay. So then there's a lot here. There's so many menus and customizations and settings. I'm not gonna go through all of that because again, this is an unboxing and first impressions. I'm gonna have a full review soon. Okay, keep in mind this is just unboxing and first impressions. Okay, so let's take a look at the unit itself. Let's take a look at the display and the menus and everything. There's this home button, as you guys can see at the bottom of the screen. You have to tap on that to make it awake. If you tap on the middle of the screen, it won't work. You have to tap on the bottom to this home screen. You can slide to the side, and then you can check your music status, and then that's it on the screen. But of course you can slide up as well, and then you have another option. So tap home, always like that, and then slide up, and then you're gonna see like home, and then you're gonna see so many more options like heart sensor. You're gonna have your workout, you're gonna have your weather, and then you're also gonna have your notifications and your more. So that's pretty much it regarding your menus. As I mentioned, this is not a full review, okay guys, so this is just a first impressions video. So right here on the first screen, you have your time, you have your battery, and then you have your calendar as well to see which day of the week it is. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. It is super light, super flimsy. You can see the display right there. It only lights up on this gray portion of the screen. The black bits don't. They don't light up, and there's just the home button. They are not sensitive, and they don't light up. So it's a very, very basic and simple display, as you guys can see right there. There's nothing fancy with this band regarding the display. On top of that, what else can I tell you? This is just my first impressions as I show you, but I didn't really like the touch screen. The sensitivity is not very good. I didn't like the fact to charge. You actually have to remove the band and then like put it in. I feel like it's gonna fall down. I really don't like that. I just like the Apple Watch stake, so then you can just place it on top and it's gonna charge. I prefer that actually, but again, it is light. It is very good on the arm. I'm gonna put on my wrist right now just to show you how it looks, and then as you guys can see, it is very, very light. That's the word I have to tell you. I can't express this with any other word. So you don't feel like you're wearing it. That's the benefit. You just feel like you have one of those silicone bands. Remember that? Like 10 years ago, 15 years ago? That's the feeling, but at the same time, you don't get a lot with this. But for 25 bucks, honestly, what else can you ask for? I'm gonna have many more comparisons, and I'm gonna compare to the Apple Watch and show everything there is to know about this in my full review. Okay, guys? Okay, so that's pretty much it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please make sure to hit the like button down below. Also, tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you thought about this video. What are your suggestions for my next review video? If you want to see it compared to the Apple Watch, let's say, maybe you want to see the Apple Watch head-to-head. I don't know, maybe, if it's up to you. If you do like to see that, please make sure to hit the comment box down below as well, because I always reply to everybody, and also subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon, because you're gonna be notified whenever I post a new video on Daniel About Tech. So that's it, see you later.